Hey everybody, there's Stock.
Hi everyone.
Here's me. We are back after a little hiatus. It's been a series of calamities for us. Either we're sick, we've knocked ourselves unconscious,
or we're too busy.
we're way too busy to be here.
It's that time of year.
Last broadcast was November 20th. Today is December 11th.
Yeah.
So we are back. It's just Stock and I today. Thanks for joining us. This is episode 11, I believe, of the second season. So we're kind of on pace still. We had 25 in the first season.
Okay.
We got 11 already in the second season.
Well, for any of our listeners who are not teachers, once you get past Thanksgiving, the rest of the year just flies by.
He is not lying. And I tell the kids every year, I say, once you get to spring break, the year's pretty much over for you. Because you're setting up for open houses. You're setting up for all kinds of crazy stuff. You're getting ready for graduation. You've got all the committee meetings. You've got to get everything in gear, everything in line, and it just gets crazy for everybody really quick. But it's kind of that way after Thanksgiving for the Christmas break as well. So this is our last full week of school. We've got 3 days next week for finals, semester exams, if you will. I do a lot of projects in my classes, Stock. I know you do mostly tests, I believe.
Most of mine are tests.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, at least that's the way it used to be. If my memory serves,
is.
memory doesn't serve well all the time. But if memory serves, we're mostly project based with our radio, TV, and our computer science stuff. We're writing programs. We do have some tests this year, and I'm putting them on paper.
Wow.
Yeah. So
first time for everything.
Well, I've already disabled copy and paste in a lot of my computer science classes, just so the kids have to think.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. But we're at the rewind section. A lot of stuff has happened since we were here last. We've got the hockey down later, so we'll talk about that one later on.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to kind of go over that we may have missed in the last 2 weeks? Some cool stuff happened in my class, but go ahead. If you've got something.
I missed last Monday and Tuesday because I sneezed on Sunday.
That's right. You're feeling better today.
Feeling much better. There's still a little twinge there. I did sneeze today.
Uh-oh.
And I hope I didn't re-injure it.
Yeah, and your pain threshold was rated on the knives in the abdomen.
Yes. Started off at 100, went down to about 7.
Oh, that's hilarious. I love it. But we're feeling better.
Feeling better.
7 knives today, which is halved of what it was last time I asked. That's
don't
great.
get old, people.
Don't get
old.
Yeah, I don't think that's a choice for most people, but sure. Don't get old. We did have a big weekend. We're going to talk about that later in the broadcast. It's just a really fun time to get out and get together with a bunch of other people. We had the Christmas parade over the weekend. Did you get to see that from the porch, or were you already over in Danville?
I missed that. I was leaving just as I heard it on the other street.
Yeah. We were planning on it being at 6 o'clock and not having to rush, but it was at 6:30. I sat on the steps right outside of my door, our door 7, and wow, they put together a great parade this year.
It's always great.
Oh my gosh! And they had the lights on the lawn tractors and golf carts, and the Shriners performed with their little moped things. It was just a great time. The kids had a blast. They threw out candy, threw out free hot cocoa balls.
Oh, wonderful.
For Julie's in the morning.
Yeah.
So shout out to Julie's. They've been really great to the community, really great to the school. And Cassie specifically, who's kind of running the show down there right now. Good luck on the Vietersburg store. If you didn't know, Julie's Java has a place in Vietersburg now. Right there on the main strip.
Yep.
Obviously not as good as Covington, but you're going to have that. Maybe they're going to take over the county and hit Attica up and just hit all 3 big cities.
Possible.
Anything's possible.
They're going to take out Taco Bell.
You're right.
Have you been to that one yet?
Yes. We went when they were still doing modifications to the windows and the doors.
Okay.
So it was early. But it was good. I mean, it's good. It was a long wait just because they just opened, and that's going to happen anywhere. But I have not been since.
Okay.
I just don't make it to Attica very often.
Yeah.
It's just not one of the things on my bucket list for the day.
Right. I almost went there about a month ago.
Yeah.
The Divan, which if anyone doesn't know, that is an old-timey theater, very classic and just
It's
neat.
kind of a homey feeling theater, yeah. And it's great.
I don't know if you were with me. I know I went with Dustin Paddock. That's where I saw Spider-Man.
I wasn't there. I was there for the last time I was there, the first time I was there we went. It was. I'll throw some old names out. Jim Ashley and Michael Berry and Jared Black.
All right.
And I piled in Jim's Corvette, his old Corvette, and we went and watched episode 1.
Now, see, do you remember?
That's a long time ago.
Do you remember Mr. Autry, the English teacher?
Yeah.
He and I went to see episode 1 over there.
It was probably around the same time. We might have been in the same theater. How funny is that?
Yeah, but about a month ago, they were showing the Poirot movie, Death on the Nile.
Oh, yeah.
And I hadn't seen it. I'd planned on going, but Craig, you know as well as I do, some days you get home, you sit down, and you don't get up.
Yep. I actually looked straight at Kelsey Friday as we were planning our weekend, and I said, I just need to crash for a day. And she's like, okay, you can have Sunday. Yes, I'm going to need that. And I'm not still back up to 100.
Yeah.
But enough to get me through this week and 3 days next week.
Yep.
But Poirot, how was the movie?
Didn't see it.
You still never seen it.
Still haven't seen it.
Aren't you? You're a fan.
I am. I'm a big Agatha Christie fan.
Yeah.
Kenneth Branagh, I know he's classic. He's good.
Well, he did the first Thor movie.
Whatever.
That's how we know him.
But his mustache, I don't like his Poirot mustache.
You don't like the facial hair? That's what precludes people from this podcast. is my facial hair. Oh, that's funny. So you still need to see it.
Still need to see it.
And the only way to watch any content now is to buy into a streaming service.
Or wait till you see the
holy moly
DVD in the Walmart bin.
Seriously,
for
the $5 bin. That's about the best way to do it.
Yeah.
You don't have to buy Paramount, Walmart, Netflix Plus,
Apple.
Yeah, YouTube TV.
Disney.
What's Disney Plus? Disney Plus is merging with Hulu.
Are they?
They're going to one app.
Paramount.
Yeah. Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus comes with a Walmart membership, if you didn't know.
I've got 2 words for you, Craig. Tubi.
Tubi, right? What's the other one? There's a free one.
Yeah.
Crackle's one of them. There's like a free... Yeah, there's alternate options, people. Don't pay for anything like that. All right. Let's see. It's been a while. It's hard to think of what we've missed. Is there anything
right
else?
now, it's hard to get guests, so you're stuck with us.
Yeah, you're stuck with us.
Everyone's busy.
And hey, let's shout out right now. Hey, if you want to come on.
Anyone.
If you want to come on in. We're going to do like a student mini-series, I think, that we're looking into. We've had students on before, which is great. Teachers, we'd love to have teachers on. Mm-hmm. That's kind of our sweet spot. Admin, we've been trying to get Mr. Kersey on for a while. His schedule's crazy. Our schedule's crazy. It just hasn't worked out yet. But even like school board members, I know they have a board meeting tonight, but anytime you want to come on and talk about what's going on, come on in. I know we're super intimidating, but everybody says they had a great time after they're done.
Everybody does.
They really do. And, there's a lot of different jobs and a lot of different roles around the school, and we'd like to talk to everybody. So come on, can't hurt.
And I think we'd be okay with like Dale White from
absolutely. There's nobody knows more about the community than Dale. I've been trying to get Brad on, so I think that'd be a fun one.
Yeah.
Especially with our internship stuff as it's going right now. I think that could be a cool foot in the door.
I don't know that I've ever officially met him.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. That's actually really funny. Oh, I know what I can remind us on.
What?
Okay, big opportunity. We had a big opportunity for the radio TV class. So we got a call from the superintendent. It's been 3 weeks ago probably. And she said, hey, we're replacing our radio ads on 103.1. So if you didn't know, Mr. Field and Miss Davis had done radio ads, and they talked about pride, and they talked about community and all that kind of stuff, and they played them during the ball games on 103.1. Mm-hmm. She said, we're replacing those. They did great, but it's time. We've already paid for new ones. We're going to go into the basketball season with new ads. So I put it out to my radio TV class, and I had some takers. Karma and Emma did a radio ad, so they wrote the whole copy out for themselves, and then got that ready. Emmy decided, she's not even in my class, but she's my aide, and she decided she wanted to take part in that as well. So she wrote her copy up about all the stuff she's involved in, and we took a field trip. We took a walking field trip over to the KISS 103.1 studio. Mm-hmm. Greg Green was very gracious and took our kids in one at a time. They recorded their ads, and then he gave us a tour of the studio and talked about how they pull radio signal in from Westwood One over the satellites, and how they intersplice our own ads and all this kind of stuff. And it was an awesome experience. So shout out to Greg Green. He's been really good to our kids. If you didn't know, on a Friday night, you can catch, on Facebook, the Kiss Country 103.1 stream is by me. So they do give me shout outs, and they've been really gracious with our kids in our program.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool. Gave us a tour, and 45 minutes, we're in, we're out, and we're back at school.
Yeah, that's
so
great.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah. Can I admit something and probably get in trouble with Mom?
You don't listen to country music?
No, why would I?
Yeah, that's fair.
When I was a teenager, and my bedtime was, I think my bedtime was still 9 o'clock, might have been 9:30.
Okay.
We had the Westwood One radio network.
Sure.
I think it was down lower in the 90s.
Okay.
I can't remember exactly, but every Sunday night they had the King Biscuit Flower Hour.
Uh-oh.
And that was a live concert.
Okay.
And one weekend was Laura Branigan, who's my second crush, everyone. If you don't know, she sang Gloria, Solitaire, Self-Control. Probably one of the most unsung greatest singers that we've ever had.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
Anyway, I was supposed to be in bed, but I snuck my radio under my covers and I listened to the King Biscuit Flower Hour.
Oh my goodness. Dissenter.
Sorry, Mom.
Dissenter. No, we what day was Dr. Demento? Was that Saturday nights?
Oh gosh. I think so.
Because I would listen to Dr. Demento a lot.
Yeah.
And it was a pretty late show too. That reminds me of the Pappy O'Daniel Flower Hour stock from Oh Brother Where Art Thou. That's funny.
Dr. Demento reminds me of fish heads.
Right? Yeah, that's fair. And now you would be sneaking your cell phone in to snap people.
Yeah.
Instead of sneaking your radio in to listen to a harmless concert. Oh, that's funny. Sorry, Mom. Stock was disobedient. All right, that takes us into the final schedule.
Does that put me on Santa's naughty list?
Well, I hope not. It's still way too close. It's way too close to change the book now.
2 weeks from today is Christmas.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
Which puts us, we're exactly a week away from finals.
A week away from finals.
So what do you have finals-wise for us, Stock? You have what days we're doing.
Yes. Monday, we have finals in periods 2 and 6.
Okay, let me write that down. 2 and 6. Okay.
Tuesday is 1, 4, and 8.
Okay.
Wednesday is 3 and 7.
3 and 7. And what's your loaded day? You always have a loaded day.
My loaded day is going to be Tuesday.
Yeah. You have 3 finals that day?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because Monday, period 2 is my prep.
Yep.
And Wednesday, 7th hour is study hall for me.
Oh, okay.
So I should be able to wrap everything up before I go on to break.
Yeah. And if you guys didn't know, scheduling-wise, this is the last week for 5th period for the year.
Yeah.
So I don't meet with my 5th hour kids. So we've already planned something. We're doing a project this week. It's not going to go as a final, like a semester exam grade, but it is weighted very heavily. So if you need to catapult yourself up a grade or completely tank your grade, it is worth a lot of points.
This is the one to do it.
This is the one to do it on, yeah. So let's see. Monday, I would have my APCS2 kids. They're ready for their test already. See, Tuesday I would have CS1 and Radio TV. Radio TV is done with their final this Wednesday. They had music videos that they made.
Oh, great.
Most of them did their work over this last weekend
How did
to
those
cut
turn
it as
out?
close as possible.
Of course.
They're
teenagers.
There's one fully finished. There's another one that just needs to officially turn it in. It's already done. And then several people in progress. So like anywhere between 15% done to 85% done.
How many knives is that?
Seriously, in my head. No, it's one of those things where they like cutting it down to the wire.
Yeah.
I've given them a month and a half to do this. And to be honest, a lot of the projects are more complex than others. So Lauren, for example, recorded her own singing. So she recorded herself singing Marry You by Bruno Mars, layered her own harmonies in.
Oh, wow.
It's awesome. That's great. We'll play it for you when it's done.
All right.
And she's filmed everything. She's just putting stuff in a timeline.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And then I require 30 seconds of lip syncing. So that's a problem for a lot of kids if they're not really good at editing right now, to where lining up lips with actual audio. You get varying results. We'll just leave it with that. And then on Wednesday, Wednesday is Cyber. I did know that because I had that question today. Hey, do we actually have to wait until Wednesday to take our test? Yes, we have to wait until Wednesday to take our test. So that'll be fun. Yeah, and all on paper.
Yeah.
All on paper this year. We're going to try something different. Because when the kids get to APCS2 and they have to take the actual, test, there is a handwritten coding section.
Mm-hmm.
So it's called an FRQ, free response question. You have to code everything in hand.
Okay.
Like no testing or anything like that.
I was about to ask you.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to answer, that's fine.
No, I'll answer.
I was going to ask you, were you going to make it multiple choice, fill in the blank? But
that's a great question.
Part.
So yes. So CS1 is actually 4 sections.
Yeah.
And the way I'm doing it, there's a multiple choice, a true, false, a short answer, and then an FRQ. The short answer and FRQ I'm releasing on Friday because their test is on Tuesday. So I'm releasing it over the weekend, and then they'll have time in class on Monday, which is I think 20 to 25 minutes, in order to do the long form questions. You can go home and look them up if you want. You're still not going to get the answers, but you'll know how to do them better.
Yeah.
So it's actually coding. And then multiple choice true false we're doing during the 80-minute section on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a 4-section test. None of the sections should take an overwhelming amount of time, but everything's due by the end of the hour on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So if you didn't get the short answer stuff, you still have time to do it after the multiple choice true false.
Yeah.
So that's kind of different, I think. A lot of my other stuff is, so like my APCS2, yes, we're practicing the FRQs. That's the one that trips us up every time. Even our kids that are really into coding and they think they have a firm grasp on the languages, that trips them up just because it's so difficult on how they ask the question. So we just get practice in. And then practice helps. Helps with the nerves.
It's supposed to.
Yeah. Well, let's cross our fingers. Cyber is going to be, it's locked right now, but it's going to be Wednesday, and they'll be ready for that. Those kids have been great. They've been working ahead, actually. We're doing a lot of hands-on stuff in the second semester, so we're going to be hacking. So beware.
Oh, yeah. I have a request for an app.
A request for a hacking app?
No, and a music app.
Oh, okay.
You have a soundboard that you showed me.
Correct.
For baseball songs.
Yes, and we use it for the plays primarily.
Right.
Yep.
I would like to have a soundboard like that or a music player, whatever, with just one button. And whenever you hit the button, it goes on to the next song. So let's say...
Oh, it's just like a skip button?
Yeah. So Tina's playing, and then next batter's up. I push it, it stops. And then the next player comes up. Okay, now it's Phil Collins.
Okay. Yeah. No, we could do that.
Okay.
Yeah, we can actually design that app in MIT App Inventor.
Okay.
No, I won't say easily because we haven't been in MIT App Inventor this year.
Yeah.
That's typically associated with PLTW, and we've gone to CodeHS now. But we've already taken a look at MIT App Inventor in class, and it shouldn't be hard to do for our kids. They're already, about a month ahead of where we should be curriculum-wise. So
because you're a great teacher.
That's not it at all. It's because the kids have really taken an initiative, and we've set a very firm schedule, and we followed that schedule. And if you fall behind, you fall behind. But we don't want kids to fall behind. So those are the kids I work with one-on-one a lot. And that's where AI does come in handy for the suggestions. If I'm working one-on-one with a kid and somebody else needs a question answered, I can give them an AI hint.
Yeah.
If that didn't help, then I can go help them one-on-one. We don't, no man left behind. We're like the Marines of school.
Yeah.
All right. That puts us to, anything else about finals? That puts us up to the rants. I know we have a rant and a half.
For me, vocab and verbs, kids. Vocab and verbs.
Vocab and verbs. So on a French 1 level, what is expected for vocabulary at this point? So like halfway through the year.
Halfway through the year, they should know all of the greetings. They should know how to handle themselves at a cafe and restaurant, when to use the familiar tu form, like s'il te plaît, versus the formal and polite vous form, s'il vous plaît.
Oh, okay.
Let's see.
And like, I'm assuming months, days, numbers, all that kind of stuff.
And we are just finishing our first big list of verbs, of actions.
Oh.
So things like playing soccer, playing baseball, singing, dancing, working, studying.
And that's just basically strict memorization, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yep.
I always had trouble with the masculine and feminine on basically everything in any foreign language. Like the E's.
Why?
I don't know. I just can't remember. I was this old in high school. So my brain's not gotten any better. Maybe significantly worse. So study up your vocab, kids.
Yep.
Get ready for Stock's test. He will grill you. All right. Takes us up to your rant.
Okay.
You have a rant and a half.
Rant and a half. Yep.
Okay.
My big rant, I think I ranted about this in our first season. This is a Christmas dress-up week. Is it Christmas or a sporting event?
I just know it's dress-up week.
Okay.
Because so we'd been talking about Friday's dress-up day for a long time.
Yeah.
Because traditionally, and I'll throw the camera on me, traditionally, it's been black and gold.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah.
Crazy black and gold. I have, my entire wardrobe is black and gold. If you didn't know, I'm wearing black and gold today. And it's not even CT logoed. Stock's wearing black and gold today.
Yes.
If you work here long enough, that's your entire wardrobe.
Officially branded.
Officially branded with the actual logo. Where was I going with that? Oh, Friday's dress up day. And we'd been talking about this for a while, and we used to have it a lot more to where the kids dress up as the teachers and the teachers dress up as the kids. So, I mean, for us, I've already talked about, I'm just going to wear pajama pants and stare at my phone all day. And, you know, the kids will probably wear their fanciest Crocs and dress up like me, a fake beard. You ever wonder what kids would dress up like you at, like what their wardrobe would be?
Well, they'd stuff a pillow under their stomach.
Oh, I hope that happens for me. I hope somebody wears a fake beard and that happens for me. That'd be hilarious.
No, but you mentioned pajama pants. That leads into my rant.
Oh, yep.
The very first dress-up day today is pajama day.
And you didn't notice a difference?
There's no difference. Half the school wears pajama pants every single day.
That's fair.
How is that a special dress-up day when you're doing it already?
We are flannel laden in the hallways. Yes. You had a half a rant as well?
Half a rant.
Yeah.
It wasn't Saturday. It was Sunday, yesterday.
Okay.
I was in Danville. Our time, it was like 5:30. Their time, 4:30, but it was pitch black already.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Yeah. So I'm driving down Vermilion Street. Now, for those of you who don't know, Vermilion Street is kind of like the old street, old money street. They have the big mansions and built in the 1800s and this and that.
It's a nice part of town. Yeah.
When I started working at Covington and when you were still in high school, every single house on that street was decorated for Christmas, and the next one was better than the one before.
Yeah.
Now, there's virtually nothing. And that makes me sad.
Well, and I'm even going to tag on that because we were driving around town yesterday. So we're just checking out lights and just driving around town, enjoying ourselves. And Nora says to me, "Why is there nobody out?" And she's noticed that there's nobody walking on the sidewalks. There's nobody walking in the streets. There's nobody riding bikes. It's colder, yes. But, 5-10 years ago, it'd be a bustling city.
Yeah.
With people driving around, there weren't any other cars on the road. And it wasn't church time.
Yeah.
So it was weird, unsettling. You never hear birds, government spies, but birds. And it was just quiet in town, just really solemn. So I don't know what the deal is, but
there was one house over there. It may be the oldest house because it's certainly the biggest.
Sure.
It was decorated very simply. And see, you don't need to do big stuff. It had a candle in each window. So there were a lot of windows, so a lot of candles.
Yeah.
And then on the front porch, like a 12-foot tree just filled with white lights.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And that was it. And it was beautiful.
They call that modern.
Yeah.
Yeah. Modern design. But it doesn't have to be over the top.
No.
It can be simple and understated, and you're doing something.
And even there's a house over there. I hope the person who owns the house doesn't hear it.
It's somebody listening right now.
I don't know. You probably have seen it. For Halloween, they have like a 4-story tall skeleton, and then
the inflatable thing.
No, not inflatable. These are posable ones.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, and
yeah,
then
the giant ones.
Yeah, then like 5 or 6 miniature ones.
Yep.
And for Halloween, they set it up, and then they modify that for Christmas.
Yes.
And it's always been great, always fun.
Hilarious.
This year, even that is kind of, is that really all you did?
Right. The only...
And I don't want to complain about it because they did do something, but it just, it doesn't feel festive to me.
No, and the only decorating I've ever done for Christmas, when I was really young, we'd do the tree in the house. And then when we were in high school, we would rearrange people's deer in their front yards. If you know, you know. So you're welcome. You're welcome for that. But I would say mild rants today.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
It's Christmas.
It's Christmas season. That brings us up to upcoming stuff and things. What do we got coming up, Stock?
Coming up, we have finals. We've already... Max Thurlow on here. Thurman.
Yes.
Wow. I'm sorry, Max.
It's okay.
I love you, buddy.
Yes.
I've got his name on my back, too.
That's fair.
Max Thurman. He was on here our last time, was it?
Shoot. Yeah, he's probably our last guest.
Okay.
No, Damon was our last guest.
Oh, Damon was. Okay.
Second to last guest.
Yeah, second to the last. If you haven't seen Max's episode, go see it.
Like 13 years ago.
No, he's a great guy.
Yes, and fantastic.
He helped start this pickup hockey league over in Danville.
Yes.
Every month they have a free game, and you just walk in. They do take donations for various charities. The Saturday after Thanksgiving was Military Appreciation Night.
Yep.
This past Saturday was Toys for Tots.
Correct.
And also a food pantry over in Danville.
Yes.
And the next night is going to be Saturday, January 13th.
Okay.
I don't know what the charity is, but...
Yeah, well, that's new to me.
Yeah, okay.
So Saturday,
January. They announced it. I think you left already.
Well, we had a gaggle of kids.
Yeah.
and it was 10:15 before we got home.
Yeah.
And they were getting hungry, and I wasn't about to pay concession stand prices again. But yeah, we had a blast.
Yeah, it's a great time.
It's a great atmosphere, and it's good to see people get out and support something, even if it's Danville hockey.
Yeah.
We had a blast.
And they had, for the Toys for Tots, they had a teddy bear throw.
Yeah.
When Danville made its first goal, finally.
Oh, man.
It was a tough
Halfway
game.
through the first period.
It was a tough game.
It was like 8.5 minutes left in the first period. That was rough.
But everyone threw their teddy bears out.
Yeah.
And the Danville players went out with their sticks and they started collecting all of them. And then suddenly the Suds players came out.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, it was both teams working together, and the whole time they had the most wonderful time of the year playing.
Yeah,
and
that was fun.
That was festive. That was Christmas to me.
That was a good time.
Yeah.
Who won the puck drop? We didn't stay for that.
I had puck 11.
Yeah.
Puck 12 won.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Did you only get one puck, or did you get the three?
I got two.
Okay.
That's
hilarious.
I got 11 for Bill Miller and 21 for Ben Orcutt.
Oh, that's funny. And 12 won.
And 12 won.
The one after one of yours and the one reverse. You should have got a consolation or something, Stock.
Well, I blame Joe Crawley.
Yeah.
I sat with the Crawleys.
Yeah.
I threw number 21 and he threw 11.
Oh, that's funny.
So it's all Joe's fault.
That's great. Javi picked you out of the crowd immediately. He said, I think that's Stock. And so I turned around to Kelsey and I said, do you think that's Stock? And he goes, I don't know if it's Stock, but right next to him is Katie Crawley. So you're both very recognizable. Okay. Yeah. I thought that was pretty funny.
The big white blob and the tiny woman.
You could make out like shapes.
Yeah.
And that was because you're like 2 heads taller than she is sitting up in the seat. Oh, it's funny. She goes, I don't know if it's Stock, but it's sure Katie.
Yep.
That's pretty good. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, so the 13th, I guess, is the next night.
I don't know the charity, but they'll have one.
The initial run was 3. Mm-hmm. And then when Max was here, he said, we're trying to keep this going. Yeah. So that must be the next night. So the 13th, if you guys don't have anything going on and you want a really fun time, and you have a clear bag that you want to take in, because they do check your bags.
Clear bag.
They do check for weapons and stuff on the way in. They have metal detectors. Guys do a great job. They put it in the bucket and keep the line moving.
Yep.
We had a blast. We had an absolute blast. We took a couple of Ryan's kids. He had some sickness, so we couldn't take all of them. But we took a couple of the kids. And then Nora, Kelsey, and I went, and Ked was there, and we just had a blast. It was a good time. Did some snacks. And
you mentioned the puck drop. They also have a 50-50 raffle.
Yep, we lost that last time as well.
I lost it this time.
Yep.
Also on the raffle table, you have a raffle table on your side?
No, everything's on your side.
Okay.
Yep.
At the raffle table, they also have Not Danville Flyers, but just Danville hockey souvenirs you can have.
Sure.
So I bought a pencil that has the pencil part is the hockey stick and the eraser is the hockey foot.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did the popcorn, we did the pop, and then we skedaddled. Now your site has all the raffles and stuff, and our site has the concession stand and the popcorn and all that kind of stuff. So $2 for popcorn, can't beat it. Get a drink and you're set to go. No, you're good.
Who screams the loudest? Get a free pizza.
The backdoor pizza. They had like 4 or 5 pizzas this time. Yeah, that was cool. They just come walking down. I'm going to trip the girl one of these times and get my own pizza.
Between the innings, they're not innings.
Periods.
Periods.
Yeah.
Sorry, between the periods.
More used to baseball.
Yeah. The first, what is it? Oh, the first period or first break. I'll call it the break. The first break, they have little kids come out and play soccer or play hockey.
Yeah, one of those kids goes to Covington.
What? Who?
It's one of Nora's friends, 3rd grader.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I don't want to mention names on air without parental consent.
Yeah, I understand.
But
that's great.
She got to talk to him last time and was super excited to go see him again.
Awesome.
So they do U10. U10 goes out there.
That was something else I saw.
Yeah.
All of these kids, they had a Cub Scout troop there, and they're the ones who brought out the flag for the national anthem.
Yeah.
And these kids, when they were doing the warm-up, they're just standing on the side of the rink and they're banging on the windows. And the players, every time they skated by, they would tap their sticks at them.
Yeah.
And the kids went wild.
Oh, they flipped out.
I mean, it doesn't take much to have a good time.
No, and there's ASMR involved. So if you like the Zamboni machine.
Oh, the Zamboni's awesome.
The Zamboni is pretty cool. So they clean the ice, between the periods. And that's what the kids got into. Sarah was watching.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
I loved it. But that was a great time. The 13th, get out and join us.
Yeah.
I sit in section 2. Stock sits across the way. So
wherever the crawlies sit.
Behind the bench. Yeah. But it's a great time. It's a good time to get out, and it's free. Good free will donation.
I told Max they should have teacher appreciation night, and you and I can drop the first puck.
Oh, that'd be amazing. You just want to get us out on the ice.
I do.
That'd be fun. That would be really fun. You've been to 3. I've been to 2.
2. No, I've been to 2.
Oh, so we've both been to 2.
Yep.
I don't feel as far behind now.
But I've stayed for the whole game.
But you stayed for both games because you give me the final score both times. I didn't answer you last time because my phone died as soon as we got there and we parked.
Yeah.
I was like, well, my phone says shutting down, so I guess we're phoneless tonight. And Kelsey didn't bring hers, and Ked doesn't know how to use his. So we were phoneless. He's like, do you want me to text Stock? My dad was like, do you want me to text Stock? And I'm like, sure. Do you have his number? And he goes, no, just open your phone. Never mind. He was going to ask me for your number.
He's got my number.
I'm sure he does. He just doesn't put names in people. So he waits until they either call him or text him, and then he knows the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's basically been living in the Snapchat era his entire life.
Well, good job, kid.
He remembers those disappearing texts. It just comes back it's all coming back to him now. All right. Anything else, Doc, before we sign off today?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, guys, thanks for joining us. This has been episode 11 of the 2nd season. We are, I swear we're on track to end where we were last year, maybe even a little ahead. So if you want to come on the show, just talk to either Stock or I, drop me an email, drop them a text or whatever, and come on. It's a fun time. We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. We are Renaissance men.
Yes.
At least that's what we tell ourselves.
We're that old.
We were there. We were there in the Renaissance. We were there in the Enlightenment.
Yes.
All right. Well, until next time, everybody, we'll see you.
Bye.